Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to do something a little bit different today. The first thing we're going to talk about is the plasma that's coming in from the sun and hitting the earth recently. Now, this may seem like a strange topic for a market video, but just hang with me. We'll try to get through this kind of quick. So in the last 2 weeks, there's been 10 Class X solar flares. Now, Class X is the highest class of solar flare you can have happen. Just recently, in the last few days, we had a Class X 1.0 here. We had a 1.6 right here. And just a few hours ago, we had an 8.5 Class X solar flare, one of the largest solar flares ever recorded. So it's been 2 weeks of massive plasma flowing into the earth. And why am I talking about this? Because there will be fallout. There will be some type of fallout with the amount of energy pouring into the earth. Now, I'm shocked at this point we haven't already had a gargantuan earthquake. We had a 6.4 the other day in Mexico. But I believe that the probability of a massive earthquake is definitely there. Excuse me, maybe even volcano. So we'll keep an eye on that, but that's something that often correlates with this amount of energy poured into the earth are earthquakes. Now, it hasn't happened yet, and I'm not guaranteeing it's going to happen, but it does often happen when you have this much plasma flowing from the sun to the earth. Now, this particular solar cycle, excuse me, which is usually like 11 or 12 or 13 years long, the experts predicted to be one of the weakest cycles ever. Man, that just goes to show you how wrong the experts really are. They were so wrong. This is one of the strongest cycles we've had. A very, very strong cycle, just put it that way. They totally missed it. Completely, utterly missed their prediction on this cycle. And that's why whenever I hear them talk about the experts, I discount it because I know they're not experts. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. So it's worth mentioning this and the amount of energy that's pouring into the earth because it has a big impact on everything on the earth. I've talked about this before, but it has an impact on plant behavior, animal behavior, including humans, and yes, even the marketplace. So we'll see how this is all going to fall out. This solar cycle over the last few years has been ramping up very strongly. And often when you get a really strong solar cycle, you get unusual things happen on the earth, like 2 wars. Aggression during strong solar cycles has been noted before throughout history for the last 50 years, maybe longer. So the correlation has been done and the data has been collected and correlated. And several people have noticed that there tends to be more aggression throughout the earth, including wars, are more likely during strong solar cycles. Well, what do you know? We got 2 wars going on, right? So a lot of energy poured into the earth affects human behavior. And human behavior, of course, affects the marketplace. So that's why I add them into the, excuse me, that's why I add them into the videos. Okay, for those people that live in, just about a good portion of the United States is going to see northern lights or green skies and glowing skies all the way down maybe even to northern Texas. But I suspect we will see northern lights going into the next few days again. Very strong, like extremely strong. Radio blackout, stuff like that in certain parts of the world. This is one of the sites I look at. It's called Space Weather Live. You can always check it out for yourself. They track a lot of different things here. One of the things they track is solar flares. And this one just happened about 2-3 hours ago. Absolutely huge. Now, there was a big solar storm back in 1989, and an big earthquake happened. Several earthquakes happened within 2 days. And there was also another one in 2003, right around Halloween. We also had a big earthquake happen a couple days after that. Now, we've had quite a few Class X solar flares, and I'm very surprised we haven't had a really big earthquake. But I think the Earth is very charged. I mean, the theory is the Earth is negatively charged, but the Earth is probably very charged, okay? And when it's in a very charged state like it is, sometimes earthquakes won't happen. They'll happen on the discharge side, but we haven't really had enough time for the solar storm activity, all these Class X solar flares to fade, and for the solar plasma to fade enough to where the Earth is going to go through a discharge phase. So we're going to wait on that and see how that happens. But sometimes when you get a really strong solar flare within 2 days or so, you'll get a big earthquake. So that's a possibility to keep an eye out for that. Okay. And of course, big events around the world tend to sometimes impact the market. Okay, now that I said that, let's move over to the charts and let's do our typical thing that we do every day. All right, so this is the weekly chart, and you can see that it's almost gotten up to this 52.85 today. I should say this week it got up to 52.74, which did happen today. So the market's really testing another resistance. It kind of broke through the 52.67 resistance approximately. There's a resistance at this right where it's trading now in the day here. It's about 3:30, I guess, something like this, 3:45. So futures are still trading for another 15 or 20 minutes here. So the market's obviously been very, very bullish. And here's my take on all this. Whether we get a pullback into this time frame or not, if we do, it probably, as I said before, won't be as deep. But the more important thing is to be, in my opinion, is to be patient until we're on the other side of this cycle low out here, late June, early July, to make sure that this cycle is done with, right? Before you get super aggressive about going long, because there's still a possibility we could see some kind of price stall or price dip in here. So I'm not saying don't trade long. If the market's going to give it to you on a daily basis, by all means, do your thing. But I would still be a little cautious in this area because you just never know. With as much activity that's going on right now, both in space and on the Earth, strange things can happen. I'm telling you, it could definitely happen. So just be a little cautious about the next few weeks here. And I like small to medium positions and just stay on your toes. And then over here, I think we'll see some really big opportunities in the market take off. Okay, let's look at the daily chart. All right, so this is the daily chart. Pretty big candlestick today. We had a range of nearly, sorry, this thing is freaking out. Had a range of nearly 58. Okay, right there. So really nice. And it broke a little bit above this 52.67, which I had this kind of as an average point of resistance. The top of this candlestick is 76. The top of this one is 80. Okay, there's one way up here at 53.08. Okay, so there is definitely a probability that we could break all-time new highs before this cycle ends. Just how strong this market is. We had these two little dojis right here yesterday and the day before. And I even said in yesterday's video, this may just be a pause and the market goes up again. Well, sure enough, that's exactly what happened. It doesn't mean we still won't get a dip in here. We just got to wait to see how this plays out. But this is very bullish. And I just think whatever dip we get in here may not be as deep. Okay. But like I said, just we were looking at the weekly chart a few moments ago. I like the idea of being a little patient in here. Let this finish doing its thing. Of course, keep trading daily for opportunities. But for really taking like a big swing at this, I like it more like over here. Okay, as it's coming up into really late June, going into July. That to me seems like the time to take on more risk. Not right now. All right. Above this, there's a little bit of resistance up here. I think at 53.08, I said. Yeah, above that is just, above that is just all-time high, which we could break that. It's very possible. We're not really that far away. Whatever it is here, 30, 60 points away from that, something like this, 65 points, whatever it is. It's not that far away. So we'll see how this plays out here. I still think some type of market pullback is probably going to happen here. All right, let's take a look at the intraday charts and see what the trades of the day were. All right, here we are on the 5-minute chart, and this is the GITIS Plus indicator. We're looking at this indicator that came up right here. This was at 11:10 a.m. And you can see the SMI was kind of wallowing around down there at the bottom and then finally made good and took off. Okay. So even this entry right here wasn't really horrible. You know, you might have had to wait here like an hour and a half and then bang, it just took off. Really nice. Okay. We had this big pullback right at 7:30 when the pre-market opened up. Okay, this lower wick came all the way down here to like whatever this was, 52.18, I think, something like this. 52.17, we'll call it. And then rebounded pretty hard, and the market just came back up to the 52.50 area and just stayed there for a long time. But this was really the trade of the day on the 5-minute chart, was right here at this 11:10 a.m. Texas time. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. There may be something over there. So a really nice signal here at like 12:45, and even another one at 1300 at 1 o'clock. This was just really good right here. Look at this. I mean, this is just great stuff. Starts going, taking off. Momentum's going positive. Bam. What a trade. So the 15-minute chart's much clearer, yeah, than the 5-minute chart. And that's why I always say to you, to the members, for the members that are watching this video, which I hopefully that's everybody, you got to pay attention to all the time frames on the intraday charts that are being streamed live, okay? Because the 15-minute chart really was the place to be watching today. Yeah. And this signal right here was just banging. Check mark, go long, make big bucks. Right? So let's say 52.55 is an entry, and really realistically up to 52.70. Guys and gals, that's 15 points. That's a lot of moolah. Whether you're trading micros or whether you're trading minis, you're going to make some money right here on 15 points. That's really, really nice. Super simple. The SMI starts getting exhausted. You get up here, you get out, you call it a day. It really is just that simple. Okay, if you want to become a member and take advantage of the awesome service for only $7.99 a month, I mean, it's a crazy deal. There's a discord.com link in the description right below this YouTube video. Just read those instructions, then click on the link to bring you over to get a server. Click on server shop. There you go, $7.99. Invest in yourself. 3 months. Okay, what was that, 25 bucks? All right. I mean, this is crazy cheap. Invest in yourself. The streaming charts are down here. Just click on this, you'll get the streaming charts Monday through Friday. They're up 24 hours a day. The only time they're not streaming data is for the 1 hour that futures are closed. Okay. This has the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour chart with the GITIS Plus indicator. And when you join, excuse me, you can also hit me up in the member chat and say, hey, GITIS, where's the link for the gold streaming charts? I'll give you that too. Now, each of those streaming charts, all of those for the S&P 500 and the gold, they have their own alerts here and here. So if you want to trade whatever product, just right click on the channel here, turn notifications on. You can do the same thing with gold. If you don't want to trade one or the other, just turn the other one off. Okay. There's also alerts for these products. I don't have charge for them, but you can still turn alerts on there if you want to. Premium symbols. There's quite a few symbols that went in there today, so the market seems very kind of peaky to me. There's future symbols in there, optionable stocks, short industries are all in there. Really good set of symbols. You should probably take the time to look at it. Okay, the GITIS Only Post channel. This is where I post a daily video Monday through Thursday for all the members, so you can watch the video right there on that channel if you want to. Really nice. Also in there, I notify all the members when the nightly email goes out. So you might want to right click on this one as well and turn notification on. Speaking of the nightly email, when you join, put your email address right there in the emails only channel. I'll pick it up. And what you get every night, Monday through Thursday, is you're going to get the daily chart of the S&P 500. It has the cycles on there. The daily cycle is really nice. Has the support and resistance lines on there. And I usually put a couple sentences or more of my opinion about what I think the market's going to do the next day, okay? We already talked about solar activity at the beginning of this video. You should be obvious why I track it. And these are the regular just member chat channels. Okay, so just think about everything you're getting here in this vertical rectangle. for $7.99 a month. I mean, I've posted on this channel many times my trades, and sometimes I'm making $100, $200 a day. Sometimes I'm making $2,000 in a day. Okay, so the membership will probably, depending on your account size, how patient you are, your maturity as a trader, will probably make you some money if you're patient. Okay. So think about this: you're getting the streaming charts of the S&P 500 and gold. You're getting the alerts that go along with it. You're getting the premium symbols. You're getting the daily videos. You're getting the nightly email. Okay. A lot going on here, right? Okay, last thing to talk about is the rules. You got to read the rules. If you don't know the rules when you join and you violate the rules, then I'm going to get in your face, and it's going to be your fault because you didn't read the rules. Okay, the rules are, some of them are, the refund rules are in there, so make sure you read that. There's a disclaimer in there that I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give financial advice. I don't care who's posting on this server, me or anybody else. It's strictly educational purposes only. No financial advice is implied whatsoever. And that's also true for my videos, okay? You're responsible for your own trades, okay? That's basically what it comes down to. This service is a really good service, guys and gals, and I believe it'll really help you. But yeah, you're the one that's responsible for pulling the trigger on your trades, okay? And lastly, is a rule in there: be respectful in the server, be nice, be kind, okay? We like to chat, keep it clean, no foul language, no dirty links. I'm not gonna tolerate any of that. If I see it, I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna warn you. If it gets bad enough, I'll kick you. If it gets really bad, you're gonna get banned. Okay, so don't be that person, okay? All right, happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.